Hi there, everyone. This is Dr. Gwen with the Dr. Gwen International Training and Empowerment Academy and host of the iTunes show, The Dr. Gwen Show. Now, today I'm actually dog sitting. So I have my little grand dog with me, and I hope he behaves himself because he's here in the office with me. I may have to put him out if he tries anything to interrupt my conversation with you. I hope you had the most amazing weekend, and I hope that you have taken some time to reflect on the information that we chatted about last week. In fact, the last 10 days, we've been talking a lot about you and your life and living powerfully in that life. And today I want to continue this discussion. I really want to say that I'll be doing this for at least the next 19 days. So I hope that you are here to join me. I will be at a conference, I know. Hi there. Thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it, Alta. Thank you. So I will be gone. Hey, Portia. How are you, girl? It's good to see you. So I know, even though I will be going away for a little bit, I am going to definitely be certain that I find a time to connect with you at around 3 p.m. for the next week or so. So now today I am talking about your vision and your mission. And this is about personal life as well as business. If you run a nonprofit organization, whether you run a for-profit organization, whether you have a family or a relationship, this conversation is really important for you. And the conversation was inspired by a mastermind I was on this morning where we talked about the vision and the mission. I know a lot of times being in leadership for decades of my life and being involved in creating missions and vision, I see all kinds of statements representing what people describe as mission statements and vision statements. Now, when I was working on my leadership degree at the University of South Florida, in our master's level class, we studied a lot of John Maxwell's work. And so I didn't know who the guy was at the time, but I remembered his information being pretty profound. And if you've read anything about John Maxwell, then you know his writing is completely profound. The man reads a lot and he writes a lot. And writing is his love. So the conversations that we have, having inspired the whole creation of a vision and a mission, I want to chat with you about your life and what do you have your life envisioned as being. Decades ago, when I first became an administrator in leadership position, they had us create a personal mission statement. And I found that mission statement somewhere in one of my file information quite recently. And you know what was really strange about it was decades. I probably was in my late 20s to early 30s at that time. And the mission statement that I wrote and the vision is exactly what I am living today. This just goes to show, I just want to go back a little bit and talk about your passions, that you really do know deep in your gut what you want. You really know that. And Steve Jobs said that very beautifully as well. He says, your heart really knows what you want. Follow your heart. But this is not about a passion conversation today. As I said, this is a conversation about setting your mission and your vision. So I want to first of all define what that is, because I've seen many documents that are completely not flawed, but not exactly clear on how to state a mission and a vision statement. And also, you might be wondering, why the heck should I listen to her? As I said, and I don't like to talk about degrees and all of that, because you know what? It's just one other accomplishment. Quite frankly, that's what it is. And knowing what I know today, I know that the degree is not what makes the man or the woman. It really is not. But I do, having said all that, I do have a master's in leadership. So I did study that stuff. If anything else, what those guys are good at the university is giving us a lot of theory, right? A lot of the stuff to ponder, a lot of the book work, a lot of the things. But also, though, to be fair about that, I have led organizations in developing missions and vision statements. So having said all that, I'm also a certified business success coach, mainly on the leadership part of it, the whole structure of the organization and the leadership part of the organization. So having said all of that, that's why you can possibly trust what I'm about to say to you. So now, what is a vision? Your vision statement is that statement that tells people what you want to see happen. It's like vision, it's like having a dream, and you are projecting in that dream what you want the end results to look like. The only thing is, as one of my friends reminded me the other day when I wrote a vision, you need to be certain that you're stating it in the present. So instead of my organization or I will, I am. So I am empowering women to be self-sufficient, to stand in their own power, to achieve every goal without self-limitation. That is a vision. See? So you're casting it. That's what you want to see the women look like if that's your mission. Whatever your mission is, you fill it in. So you're casting it. If you have a family, you're going to cast a vision for your family. You really want to do that. If you have children, you cast a vision for the whole family with the children in mind. And also, you want to make certain that you cast the vision. The leader is the one who casts the vision. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't ask for input, but the leader is the one to visualize what I want this to look like. What do I want this organization to look like? You can ask for input. Now, also, the mission statement is how you are going to get there. So what are the vehicles? What steps? What processes are you going to use to fulfill on that vision? Now, this is where you need the input of the whole organization. They come in, whether it's your family, whether it's your spouse, whoever it is, you want, if it's your spouse, you probably want to create the vision with your spouse. However, if it is an organization, they come in and now they can begin to say, how are you going to take those steps to cause this to happen? What are you going to do? What programs are you going to put in place? And the mission shouldn't be a big old block of stuff. One of the things that really got me over the decades, really, when I see vision and mission statements, is that they're hanging on the walls in organizations and nobody knows what they are. Everybody needs to know what that mission and that vision is. Otherwise, it's just a piece of paper hanging on the wall and no one will be able to fulfill on it. Now, why do you need a vision? What about for your personal life? Do you have a personal vision and a personal mission for your own life? That's something that you really need to stop and think about. If you don't have that, then you really need to backtrack and create that for yourself so you're living your life really powerfully. Because really, that's really what it's all about, living an empowered life. Now, why do you need a mission and a vision statement? To check your progress. It's not just a piece of paper with writing on it, but you're going to use that vision and mission to set up your measures, your goals. How are you going to achieve? Because see, if everybody in your family, if everybody in that relationship, if everybody in your organization knows what that vision and mission is, now they can move towards it. And that becomes the standard to set your measures against. So when you're having a conversation about somebody not performing are not doing their role, are not doing what they're supposed to do in that family or in that organization, make that vision and mission that they pitched in to help to develop. Hey there, Veronica, great to see ya. Make that vision and mission that they set up to achieve a part of the conversation. That tends to deflate the defensiveness that a lot of people come to a conversation with. If you've been in a supervisory role, you know you've worked with people who have not performed or are not performing, and you're trying to speak to them about their performance. Sometimes they can get a little defensive depending on the conversation. So if you start off this conversation by stating what the mission is and the vision and what we are trying to achieve, and then look at the results that we got trying to achieve it, then that immediately takes all of the defensiveness, well, most of it, because I still have supervised people who really are defensive. They really are. So that's another issue that you have to deal with. However, but it will take the edge off of the conversation that you really need to have. So what I want you to do today, and this is not a long live cast, what I really want you to do is to stop and think. Do I have a personal vision for my life? That is, where do I want to see myself in a certain time frame? Then stop and think, what are the steps that I'm going to take to get there? Write it down, please. A lot of times we tend to want to keep those things in our heads, and they don't tend to materialize that way. Write it down. I remembered just a real quick story when I was single again, after my divorce. I took out a piece of paper. I had no idea what this whole secret thing is and manifestation. I had no idea what that was. But I took out a piece of paper and I started writing a vision of what I wanted my next relationship to look like. I did. And on there, I wrote, my mission was like probably 20 items. That was overkill, wasn't it? But you know what was really strange is that the love of my life, the person I met, had 19 of those 20 things. Now you think I was going to say, sorry? No, you missed one. The one was playing a musical instrument. Man, I could live with that. I could really live with that. You didn't play an instrument. I did. The kids did. So it's fine. You had all the others. That's perfect with me. So when you create your mission and your vision, write those things down. Make sure you're putting them on pen and paper so they can get life, and practice visualizing what they are so that they come to fruition. If you have a family, start creating one. It will give you direction. If you're in a marriage relationship or in a friendship, a partnership, start creating a mission and a vision. It makes the biggest difference for you in your relationship. And then remember, have people pitch in and give you feedback. Make that the focus of the conversation. And once you create that, now you will have something to live into and a standard for which to conduct the conversation within, so that people's feathers are not so easily ruffled. I thank you so much for joining me, and I just want to know if you guys have any questions before I go. I always am looking. If you have anything, guys, that you want to say, can you comment or like on the button and let me know you're still here? So that I have some people watching. And oh yeah, Veronica, happy I caught you live. Mwah. I am so happy you're here with me as well. I really am. I always love to see you around. I know you're a woman of great vision and passion and dreams. So that's really awesome to have you join me on this live cast. I see that like floating across. Thank you so much for it. And remember, if there is one thing or anything you want to chat about, feel free to private message me. As I said and I promised, I'll devote 30 minutes of free time. No selling. I have nothing to sell anyone. Okay, so just be sure to devote 30 minutes of free time, and we can sit and chat about whatever it is that you need to work through. Once again, guys, it's amazing having you here with me. I will see you back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about a really great topic. It's something that I did and studied a little bit about 10 years ago maybe. And you're going to see something really amazing about this. I don't want to give this subject away. You're going to see the value of this in your relationships, in your business, and with your kids. So see you back here tomorrow live at 3 p.m. Love you all. Have the most amazing day. You are more than welcome, and love you. Bye-bye.